want to have a demographic where they have a strong emotional need, they have an urgency to buy it. Like maybe, let's say, for example, maybe premenopausal women that want to lose weight. So a lot of women, they have the fear that once the hormones kick in, they won't be able to lose weight. You also want something that you can sell back-end products to them. So if you sell something, let's say to somebody, a smoker, they quit smoking, nothing else you can sell to them. You can still do some good stuff. And the other thing that I think a lot of hypnotists do, hypnotherapists, when they make a product for the general public, they have way too much jargon in it. Like, NLP especially, we have our own language, and I'm sure with some of your products that you try to keep as much of the industry jargon out of it.
Oh yeah, you always should write as if you're writing to an 8th grader. Someone who has a very basic understanding, because first of all, Einstein even talked about this. If you understand something, then you're able to talk about it in a simple way. You don't have to use the jargon because you really do understand it. Sometimes jargon is an excuse for not really understanding it. I'll just confuse them with this stuff and, and see if they don't ask any questions because they don't want to feel dumb. If you really understand something, say it in a simple way. People respect that. I always respect it, and that's really what sells.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it simple. I know I was reading, I think it's John Carlton, John Carlton, copywriter, I think, was talking about keeping it really simple. Another person, actually having a brain fart, was Perry Marshall. Was basically I think he would write a sales letter, give it to his kids. If his kids couldn't read it, he's like, no, I'm not going to do it because you want it.
Great test, as long as they're in 8th grade or around there,
Which is, if you think about it, which is sad, the educational system in the U.S. is not that good.
Yeah, sometimes it's not hard to find people in the 8th grade level, even if they're beyond 8th grade.
I've known quite a few people.
With my doctorate in education, I can attest to that. Unfortunately, the education system in America needs a lot of work.
And the one thing that I like about the change work we do, that we can help people get over the fears. Remember, I helped use the NLP spelling strategy for I think it was my niece years ago. She had a hard time reading. I could tell because her eyes were jumping all over the place. And just within like a 15-minute session, she was able to. It was miraculous for her. I tell a lot of people that hypnosis isn't magic, but the effects will or can seem magical.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if someone stops smoking, for example, that seems magical to them. One day they love cigarettes, the next day they hate them. How did that happen? So sometimes that does open them up to other possibilities, and the change can be very dramatic.
So I've also found that sometimes it might be better to have the change be a little gradual, because if we're put into something too quick, like if you're jumping a bathtub of ice water, you're going to jump out right away. Sometimes you might want to ease into it a little bit.
Yeah, one of the guys who works for me, actually, he smoked, and he used my stop smoking recording. He stopped smoking, and it was like that. It was just too dramatic for him. He had no urge to smoke, but he didn't understand why he wasn't smoking, so he was tempted to go back to it. It was like a disconnect to him. So sometimes, it might be better to turn the water up slowly.
Yeah, that little bit of cognitive dissonance. If you look above this video or below it, you'll see a link to his website, stevegjones.com. And I'm on, I think, 1 or 2 of your lists. What kind of giveaway do you have on your Steve G. Jones website?
We have a free recording to access your inner millionaire. So, as I mentioned, every time, ever since I've been on the Millionaire Matchmaker, people know that I'm a millionaire now, and they know that I know how to get there. So we created a product to help people change their mindset and to start thinking like a millionaire and to move toward that. So it's a free download. You might as well get it.
Other hypnotists looking at this, I've talked to a lot of hypnotists that believe, like, I'm in change work. You know what I'm talking about. They have this feeling like marketing is bad. I look at it this way: if you don't market yourself, you can't help people. Let's say if you have somebody that maybe there's a potential client that has diabetes that needs to quit smoking, that might die. If you don't market, you're basically doing a disservice to your clients.
Yeah, you could be. It's like these musicians. They say the best musicians are these guys who sit in their bedrooms and play guitars and just tear it up. But they don't have the gusto or whatever it is to go out in public. They hide that. Why would you hide something so awesome from the world? Get it out there and help others.
Definitely, Steve. It's been awesome.
Thank you.